Hey, good evening. It's welcome back to Everyday Talk 24/7. It's Saturday, September 23rd, and the kind of two cool things about today. It's the 23rd day of September in the 23rd year. So we don't get these very often, just for the first 30 years of the of each new century. So it's the 23rd day of the 23rd year of the 21st century. But also today is the day that fall begins. If you're in the southern hemisphere, spring begins for you. But fall began today. The sun crossed the equator, its angle, and headed south till it hits the Tropic of Capricorn in December, at this winter solstice, before it starts heading north again. So eventually, in the northern hemisphere, cooler temperatures will come. But God is being faithful to his covenant promise to always bring the seasons. And that's always such a huge comfort to me. We're going to continue looking at Psalm 23 and what Psalm 23 has to say about anxiety. And tonight, looking at verses 2 and 3, we're going to be talking about anxiety, how we can have rest from anxiety. Because when anxiety grips us, I know how it's been in my life, and people who deal with anxiety, it's draining. It just sucks the life right out of us. But we have the answer right here tonight. Verse 1, we looked at that last night. The Lord is my shepherd, I have all that I need. Such a beautiful, precious promise. It's not something, a wish list. It's a reality. Because the God of the universe is with you and with me. Knows all of our thoughts. He's interceding for us. And even in the hard things, he's working them together for good, because he's a good and faithful shepherd. Now listen to verses 2 and 3 and see the rest that's here. He lets me rest in the green meadows. He lets me rest in the green meadows. He leads me beside the peaceful streams. He renews my strength. He guides me along the right paths, bringing honor to his name. It's this last phrase that I want to focus on tonight. The thumbnail tonight you see is a peaceful scene by a stream in a meadow. And that's comforting to us. But what is really comforting is why God has brought us to that place. Because as drained as we are, as much as the anxiety has robbed us of so much, God will renew my strength. That's a commitment that he's made. It's not an if, but he will. In this beautiful meadow, along this peaceful stream, he renews my strength. He guides me. He leads me along the right paths by the wonder of his Spirit. And what's the purpose of all of this? To bring honor to his name. You see, if you and I can grasp that the purpose of life is to bring honor to God, not honor to me, not have life go the way that I want it to go, but very simply, to bring honor to God. That's how we find rest. Because God will always, without fail, bring us to that point where that can be accomplished. I may want to be free of a certain struggle. I may not want to face the reality that I just have a few years left. If that. You may be struggling with pain, sickness, hurt, cancer, loss of someone. You may worry about what's going to happen tomorrow because you have no idea how it's all going to work out. You may feel the waves of anxiety coming. But the bottom line here, the baseline, what all of life is about, whether we're doing wonderfully or whether we're caught in anxiety, in the grips of it, it's about bringing honor to the name of God. And that's what God is committed to. And he'll give us the other things as well, as Jesus says in Matthew 6. But what he's telling us here is that he brings all these things to be so that we can bring honor to his name. Listen again to 2 and 3. He lets me rest in green meadows. He leads me beside the peaceful streams. He renews my strength. He guides me along right paths, bringing honor to his name. See, that's where rest is found. I don't have to be anxious about bringing honor to God, because it's all secure for us. My sins are forgiven. Even the mess-ups and sins I have now, Jesus is at this moment pleading for the sins of Jay Yance, pleading for your sins as an advocate. And the beautiful thing is the Father hears him. He secured a place of rest for us, but we can also have rest here if we can put our focus on what it means to bring honor to God and orient my life and your life to that one beautiful, centering, orienting truth. Then we can know the beauty, the wonder, the relief of finding rest from anxiety. In Matthew 11, Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and you will find rest, refreshment for your soul." That's what's being offered to us here in this verses 2 and 3 of Psalm 23. Rest from anxiety. It comes from focusing on bringing honor to the name of God and having that be our single focus. And that's the thought for this night. And it's a great, great thought as we think about entering into the Lord's Day tomorrow. We're looking forward to being back with you on Monday, Lord willing. Again, love your thoughts and feedback on this Psalm 23 as we're looking at it as it reflects on anxiety. Probably have 2 more to go. Again, may the Lord bless you this night as you pursue honor to his name and give you rest. Thank you for watching. May God richly bless you as you seek to live for his glory.